In this first video, we're going to take a look just at the back end of the site, logging in. I built in a login right into the website. So if you go up across the top, navigation, and you click the Contact Us button up here. Now we're working with a limited screen here when we make these videos, so you're only going to see part of the page. It's going to look a lot better on a normal computer. You're going to be able to access more of what you're going to see. I'm going to log in real quick. I won't be real quick because I don't type that fast. I'm using Firefox and it wants to remember me. Okay, I'm logged in, and you'll see that the login form there changed, which now allows me to start editing any of these pages or whatever. In a lot of cases, you go right to the back end when you log in. This doesn't seem to be doing that, but it does give me two choices here. It says log out and site admin, and that's going to take me into the dashboard. So when you come to this, there's only a few things you really need to be concerned about, and that's on the menu over on the left side, posts and pages, because those are the two places you might be making changes. Posts are where you're going to find the different types of before and after, and the types of things that you guys would be adding. You'd be adding posts, excuse me, and then you'd be twittering it. But let's take a look at what it looks like. First of all, when you come to the post window, it's showing you a list of what we have. Okay? And they're in the order that they were created by date. And this can be controlled. If you want to position a post, you know, as your third one, you just change the date. You just adjust your dates. You can change the date. It's one of the things you can do. I'll show you how to do that. But here's the information that you see. And as you mouse over each one, you'll see it gives you a few options. The quick edit, you can use that for some things. But for the most part, you're going to go into the edit. When you're just making a change, you can trash something, and if you need to do that, you could view the page if you want to. But let's go ahead and look at the vehicle before and after, and we're going to hit the edit. So we're going to see how I created this. This is what a finished post will look like once you've put in the different elements that you're going to use for it. Okay, and sometimes it doesn't look quite. Well, a lot of times it doesn't look quite like it's going to when it's, you know, when it's done on the page. And that's because you're working within a program here, and this program really doesn't know what the layout of the page is. You've set the parameters of what type of page you're using. You're doing a post and so on. The template, the theme that we're using here has preset widths and so on. And really this window here where you do your text and add your stuff doesn't really know that. But here's the two photos, okay, that I've entered in there. Up here is the at the top, that is the headline, and of course when you start a new one, what you're going to see here in the next video, this will be blank, and you just type in the headline. That's it, you're done. Down here is your text, and you can see I've made this text here bold and italic. Okay, and that is done right up here by hitting bold and italic to make it that way. Something to note that if you worked with Microsoft Word and email programs and so on, they tend to work a little bit better, a little bit smoother than this does. It's a little shaky sometimes. Sometimes you'll change something and it doesn't change it. You got to change it again. It's online. It's, you know, it's not working right directly off your hard drive. It's working off your web server, so it's not as strong. Over here you see this is really indented here, and the reason being is that is a special quote that I did, and we'll go and take a look at this if you don't remember what this post looks like. But it's a special quote I did, and they look like that on this page. They look really cool on the other one. So again, you have to accept that it doesn't really look, until you do it and then preview it, you don't really see what it's going to look like. It doesn't show the quote here. Okay, but you can go in there just by clicking in wherever to change a word. Photos, you click on the photo like I just did there, you could delete one, or you could go up and you could edit it. Okay, now that went off, I just click on it again, and you click on this little picture window here, and it's going to open the photo box. Okay, this photo box is the same thing that you're going to see when you're making the post, and is similar to what you're going to see when you upload a photo. Okay, there's two windows here. We really don't do much with this window here, other than when we put a new one in, we change it. You know, and I've changed it to, I've given it a title of before. So when the photo zooms up, it says before just below the photo. I have put that in there. This is where you set left or right, or however you're going to do it. This here, it has a left, because we're putting two photos side by side, we're doing them left and left, not centered, because if we do center, it's going to take all the type and center it as well. This is the advanced settings. You will do things in here. Once your photo is uploaded, you will go and you will adjust the size. And for our post, when we use these photos side by side, this is the size we're using, 270 by 135. Okay? And this stuff here has already been created by something I did earlier. That is, using these boxes here are the ones that you'll use, and then that makes this stuff up here appear after you've done it. But you put a 1-point border around it, and vertical and horizontal spacing is in points, and it pushes the text. We look up here at the photo in this little box, it kind of shows it away from the photo. So for example, horizontal space, if you don't put any and it's 0, the text will run right into the photo. It'll touch it. So you usually want to put, I usually put 4 in there, and it gives you a nice space. I don't put any vertical spacing when I have a photo that's left or right, because it'll just automatically do that pretty well. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're not making any changes here, so I'm just going to, let me scroll the window down, you'll see the rest of it here. You'll see the title is here again, where it says before. Okay, that's there again, and right below this window, right down here, you can't see it, and I can't scroll because this is a pop-up window. There's only just a little bit of information down there, nothing you do anything with. That's just where you cancel or update if you made a change. So that's basically looking at an existing post and going in there and changing it. So let's say we did change something. Right over here it says update. You'll click update. Okay. Up just above that, you can preview your changes once you've done that. But do the update first and then preview the changes, and a window will open and it'll go right to the page, go right to the post. Here is the categories that we have. So when you're creating a new post, this one is obviously in before and after. It can be in multiple categories, it could be in more than one. But these are our blog topics, and we have advice, specials, and more can be added. You know, let's say we're putting something together and you wanted to make a new category for it, just go right ahead and add a new category. You can delete a category later on if you want to as well. And that category will show up, that new category that you create will show up in the menu on the home page right away as soon as you save this. We're going to scroll down here and you're going to look at the keywords. The keywords are very important and only need to be what they really need to be. They are added here in this window here. You'll type in a keyword like rug and hit add. That gives you a set of keywords for that post, and those are very valuable and important to Google and other search engines. Don't put anything in there that's not pertinent. Only use as many keywords as you want to. But do use the keywords all cities carpet cleaning, Panama City Beach, Florida. Carpet cleaning. On this one here, I got vehicle cleaning. I've got rug. There's a lot of people say the word rug instead of carpet, and I got Florida. And but on this particular one, what's a little different is that it has vehicle cleaning on it. But you would put those words in there, and those are search words that somebody might put into Google, and then your page will show up. From this window, like I said earlier, you can go to the review changes. And actually, we did make a change. I better update. I added the word rug, but I think that ends up, it was probably already in there. So let's go ahead and we're going to hit that. And it's going to go right to the page. It's going to show you the page. Okay, and there it is. And in the keywords, the word rug has been added into these keywords up in here somewhere. And as you can see, these are hyperlinks as I roll over them. I mean, if you click carpet cleaning, or any one of them, it's going to show all the posts that have that as a keyword in it, okay? Same thing if you use the search box up here on the top of the page and you type any of those keywords or whatever you type, it's going to search the website. So the search is built in. But let's look at this post now. You can see I got the picture side by side. We have the built-in light box. Look at that on your computer. I'm not going to hit it on this because I'm working with this limited window and it's not going to work right. It's going to give me trouble. Your social network stuff is over here. The sidebars are all pre-built, and you really don't do anything with that. It shows your latest posts in order by date. That's why this is important. If you decide you want them in a different order, we'll change the dates. But here's that little indented piece I showed you that I had used the formatting and up in the format menu to do this, to do a quotation. That's what those quotes look like, and they're pretty cool, especially when you're saying something special and they stand out nicely. Because there's a fair amount of limitations with WordPress. It's a long set of rules that go along with doing these type of websites. But now that you're logged in, and now you're looking at this for the first time, there's something in this window that's very different than you haven't seen this before. Number one, there should be two things really. Up on the very top of the page, you should see a whole set of menus there. You may not, depending on your computer and the browser you're using. This is for going in and editing to get back to the back end of the site again. We call that editing section the back end. But right here, you have a new button here. You didn't have this here before. Edit. Okay? So anything really on the site that is in a post format or a page format is going to have that edit button above it once you're logged in. And as you're going through the site, and if you were to see a typo, for example, you could go right to that page, hit the edit, go and fix it, and you're done. Now that it's updated and everything, you're ready to navigate out of here. Now to get out of there, out of this particular window, you're right back over here at your navigation. You just hit the word posts again. There's your list of posts. And as you can see, the second thing here is add new. We're going to just take a quick look at this window. We're not going to add one right now because we're going to do that in the next lesson. But let's just look at the blank window. That's a blank, empty window ready to go. You got your headline up here at the top. You got your body text down here. And once you start doing that, then you can make it bold. You can make it italic. This is where I did that little indented quotation thing. I select the highlight the type, just like you do in Word, and hit the quotations here. And then you build your headline. You add your text here. Adding a photo is pretty simple. You have your icon clicked where you want to place the photo. And if there was text here, you would just have it clicking just before the text. And you come right up here, and the first button where it says Upload Insert is going to open a window to upload a photo from your computer. It's real easy to do. We'll do that in our next video. Blog topics. Again, once you make your whatever you're doing, your before or after or specials or whatever you're doing, you select which one it is, and then you come down, and then you start doing those keywords. You add the keywords, you put the category it goes in, you put your text, your photos, you publish. That's it. You go and look at it. If there's something wrong with it, you come back and you fix it. It's not that hard. So let's go back to the post window again. We'll just look at one more thing. Once you get a little more familiar with this, now that you've learned a little bit, now you're starting to understand what this stuff means. The author in this case is me, admin. I'm the administrator. When you create a post, you will be logged in with your name and would have your name there. This shows the category that it's in. This shows the keywords that we used. Shows the date it was published. But let's look at that quick edit real quick, because it's going to stay in this window and it's going to allow us to do a little bit. Like we could change the title. Don't really mess with the slugs. The slugs are, what a slug is that's what the page is going to be. It's going to be allcitiescarpetcleaning.com/vehicle-interior.php or whatever it puts on there. I think it puts PHP on it. That's the page title. And that's a good page title. Keep in mind, it's very important what you do for a headline and everything. These are very, very active with Google. Okay? And then when this is created, this is very important to Google as well. Okay? But let's say you just wanted, we're doing a quick edit. You go, oh, I put that in the wrong category. That was supposed to be in specials. Well, you can deselect this and select that, and it will now be in the right category. You change that back. Okay. These are your keywords over here. You could take some of those out if you wanted. That's really all. That's all it's really to it. One of the things that's in here, though, where is it? Oh, the date. If you want to, and you're going to have to write some stuff down. If you want to rearrange the order of the posts, you have to do them by date. Okay? So the most recent date is going to be the first one, and they'll be in the order of, they're dated. So if you want to reorder these 3 posts, for example, let's say you want to put this one first, all you will do is you go to the quick edit, and you'll change the time and the date that it was done to be more current than whatever this date was. So in order to do that, you always have to know what the date of that one was to go and do that. Okay, so that's all we're going to look at really on this one here. There's a lot more that goes into a WordPress site. There's a lot of other stuff here. But to be perfectly honest with you, you can look at it if you want, but for the most part, don't monkey with it. Most of these things, like this is the main setup area for this. If you start to get really comfortable, and you may in time, when you get into the back end of this site and you're working with it, you might build a lot of confidence and really start to relax with it and be ready to do more things. You may be able to come in here and start doing things, okay? Because you'll just learn how to do it. But for right now, don't monkey with it, because it will affect the site, and some things are fixable, some things are not. Some things will have to be reconstructed. But this is for this particular theme. It's called Pure Vision by the person that created the theme. This is a special page for just the special things that does. Okay, so that just gives you a general overview, shows you how to log in. Next, we're going to create a post.